Here's how I do my everyday bold giant alt liner. Things you're gonna need. I've been doing this since I was like 12 or 13, obviously a little different over the years, but I can pretty much just draw like a really straight, sharp line. Like I have the muscle memory for it. However, it is really easy if you just use tape. So we're gonna use tape today. You're also gonna need a gel liner. They're not as common anymore, but this one's like a Maybelline Tattoo Studio. You can also get the brand Inglot on Amazon. I really like that one a lot. And you need a little tiny eyeliner brush like this that you can fine point and draw with. Next, if you're using the cream liner, you're gonna wanna set that. I find personally that is the best method to keep it from like getting all mushy and stuff in the corner of your eye. So this just has a black eyeshadow in it. That's all you need. It doesn't have to be this palette. You just need a black eyeshadow to set it. And lastly, you will need liquid eyeliner. This stuff is kind of optional, but it really depends on like the kind of look you're going for and how long you want it to last. When you use the cream and the powder, this will set it pretty much all day, so you don't really have to worry about it, but it does give it kind of like a softer look to it, like a little blurred out, I guess you could say. This is if you are wanting like that super matte eye look that you see a lot of the alt girlies having. You want to use a liquid liner. I think they've changed it since I last bought one. People are using a new formula and the brush sucks. But personally, you can use pens, but I prefer when it has like a little brush tip like this. I feel like it just works easier. This goes on top of all of that. So that's what's gonna make it look really matte and not budge for like 5 days. All right, so let's get into the actual tutorial. Just get a piece of tape. And if you can see, I have slightly hooded eyes. They're technically called deep set. So like I have like the extra skin in the corners here, which can cause some issues for people. But honestly, I've been doing this for so long, it's really never been that big of a problem. You just have to have the right technique and know what you're doing a little bit. I like when my wing kind of comes out to here, like where it's like hitting the brow bone. And when you're looking straight, it's gonna come like right here and go like right across and meet the center of my eye. And when you have hooded eyes, you want it to pretty much go like straight up. The puppy liner thing can make your eyes look even droopier. So I kind of line it up with the bottom lash line, but I mean, it's not really the best guideline. You just kind of want to see how you want to make that shape. You want to have like that outer V type of shape. We do the same thing. You try to, get them as equal as possible. It's not going to be perfect because we're human, right? So that looks about even to me. And honestly, if it's not perfect, we can always fix it later on. Then you take your little brush, you take your eyeliner. I like to just get it on both sides because that's what I like to do. And then you kind of just wipe a little bit of the excess off on the side here. Otherwise, you're gonna glob on way too much. But I start with the outer corner, so the actual wing itself. And you use the tape as your guideline. Like that's what it's there for. And you can get this all messy and it doesn't really matter. But you start from here. I like to start with the bottom and use my little tape stencil. And you just make a line like that. Now this part, you want to be looking straight in the mirror. So I'm gonna try to see if I can show that, but I'm looking straight at myself. I'm not angled in any way. I'm looking straight with my eyes open. And then you are gonna just drag it straight back to your eyelid. See that? And obviously I got a little on here, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna be covered up. And then I fill in this little outer corner part like so. So we just have the wing portion completed now. I typically, when I'm looking straight at my eye, I'll go like kind of right where my pupil is here. And then I'll slowly draw like a crescending line. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. But you don't want to just like draw it like this because it's not going to match up when you open your eye. So you want it to kind of go out like a little arch, if that makes more sense. So obviously when you're looking, it's not matching up perfectly. But if you have your eye open and you're looking, you can see, okay, I need to bring this in a little bit more here. Right? And then fill that in a little bit. Could just do this. I don't like that though. So I'm not a huge fan of the way that this shape is taking place, so I want it to be a little like more arched. It's looking too straight. So just take more product. There we go. See, that looks a lot better. Alright, so we got this side done. We're gonna do this side and come back. Alright, so we are back. We did both eyes. Just do the inner corners a little bit here. I feel like it accentuates the almond eye shape that I have. So literally, you just do a tiny bit. There you go. So I have the tape on, so it makes this part less messy too. You get your black eyeshadow. Here's like, I don't know, I guess this is technically another little liner brush or something, but just a little brush. You don't want it to be too thick or fluffy because then everything will go everywhere. So tap off some of the excess. And then you just pat it on to where you put your liner. We are ready to take off the tape. Look at that. Crispy. Woo. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. Crispy, beautiful liner. Alright, so we're pretty much ready for like the last two steps. So what I also like to do, because like you can obviously see you have like this like step. People like to call it like a bat wing or whatever. You can keep it that way. That looks totally fine. I like to kind of make it look blended, like it's a little, I don't know, eyeshadow moment or something. So what I do, because like you see how you could easily just kind of connect that, I just kind of tap in more eyeshadow just to make it look a little nicer. And then like, I don't know, I just like the way it looks better when you close your eyes. Yeah. Take another little brush. So like this side, if you look, you can kind of see the eyeshadow is like right here and it just looks like odd. So you just kind of blend it a little. Same with this side. Just brush it out. Not out. You want to brush it in. So it makes it look more like blended eyeshadow. Yeah? Okay. Last step. This is the optional step, but if I want this to last a million years, then we're gonna add the liquid liner, and all you do is put it on top. I don't put it in like this inner corner necessarily where it's not gonna be shown, and that's where you want it to look softer and blended anyway with the eyeshadow. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'll add some mascara. Alright, so here is the final look. That is how I pretty much do my eyeliner all the time. And obviously depending on like what kind of look I'm going for, I might make it even like bigger or more dramatic and just make the wings physically bigger or add more black eyeshadow or something, but that's pretty much the basis of what I do. So I hope that helps, and let me know if you try this and what you think. Don't forget to like and follow. Bye!